that hurt. It's like, you calling me, oh, I'm crying now. You calling me uptight? She called me uptight. Maybe ask for help once in a while. Then he said help. And it just broke down and people just talked to him. Oh my god. What? This is episode 4? That's insane. How is this only episode 4? So much has happened. Oh my god. I have finally decided to brave watching the gay firefighter show, 911. So, here's me starting season 1, episode 1 of 911. Eat some nuggets, get some perspective, and get the hell off my line. Iconic. Truly. That was amazing. Did this man really did they just end a scene with this man saying to a priest, "Some are sex addicts," and then cut to Buck? Did that just happen? Hang on. Wait. What? That was exactly what I thought it was. Is this why they call you Fire Hose? No. I don't know about that one, buddy. I love his energy so far. He has the Golden Retriever energy going on right now. But that comment, Buck, why? Buck calls Bobby Pops Dean Winchester. The heartbreak in his face when he said, "This is not a family." Oh, cheers. I don't know anything about Buck, so if I say any observations and you guys know it's wrong, give me some fucking grace. I've only seen a bit about the show from on social media, from the fandom being in shambles over Eddie and Buck. Buck has some family issues, or some abandonment issues. Either he doesn't have a family, or they're just shitty. That's what I'm predicting about Buck. That poor kid. Buck is just doing his best. There's the ADHD energy there. I sense it. He almost just went in with the hammer. Buddy. What a silly guy. Oh, yeah. Buck has some abandonment issues involving parental figures. You don't yell, "Screw her," and say, "If this baby dies, it's your fault," when a teenager who is bleeding out is put into an ambulance with you, unless you have some serious parental abandonment issues. My first thought was, oh, Buck, no, Buck. That's it's all adding up. He has some problems. And I feel bad, because he really cared about that baby. But yeah, being hostile to the teenager who just gave birth because the teenager flushed the baby. Yeah, Buck's got the ADHD. That is an ADHD boy right there, for sure. Also, the Dean Winchester energy too, honestly. Chopping the head off the snake and then flirting with the girl that was choking, that is such a Dean Winchester move. This is why Supernatural fans love this show. But you know what? I just know that this, like, impulsiveness, this, like, confidence is gonna get, like, shattered. Either in this episode or it's gonna be sometime in this season. He's gonna do something with the whole "I know what's best" attitude and impulsive thing he has going on, and it's gonna end badly, and it's gonna fucking haunt him, and it's gonna hurt my feelings. Yeah, he got fired. I'm not surprised. That's not the end for him, as I'm aware, but I'm not totally sure where it's gonna go, honestly. I thought that was gonna be, like, maybe I'm just used to Grey's Anatomy. That's what I was, like, envisioning for him. That it was gonna be a dragged out thing, but it can, given that this is a pilot episode, it does make sense that it happened more quickly. I'm just like, wow, there's 14 minutes left in this episode, and we're on season 1. Buck is around until the most recent season. So where is this gonna go? I'm not sure. Either he's gonna get a job somewhere at a different fire station, or he's gonna do something to, like, this heroic thing to make up for what he did and switch around his attitude and prove he's capable of change. Like, it's one or the other. I feel like it's gonna be the second one. That one would make more sense and have, like, more to build off of, really. He saved the day. My brain is blanking on her name, but he did work with that cop that he fucked up with earlier. And now they're doing good, so that's nice. He got his job back. It's about how I thought it was gonna go. It was gonna be something he was gonna do. He was gonna, like, not do his normal stupid bullshit. I'm invested.
Candidate for each station. Okay, that is a beautiful man. Here's the lie. Not my girl. How was that?
Eddie Diaz, new recruit. Graduated top of his class just this week. Has over at Station 6 for time and a half, but I convinced him to join us.
What do we need him for?
He served multiple tours in Afghanistan. This is an army medic. Guy's got a silver star. It's not like he's wet behind the ears. Come on, I'll introduce you. Place to be called igsh.
Wow, silver star. Better drop some more body fat there, Butch.
You're joking.
How the hell you spell chauffeur? Chauffeur. Ooh, fancy pants, Rich McGee over here.
Talk sense into me. That'd have been interesting.
I told you not to buy that truck.
Yeah, you'd have talked me into buying something more expensive.
Yeah, fair point.
Look, things got a little out of hand for both of us. Don't beat yourself up about it.
Why? Because you'd rather do it.
Excuse me?
Come on, Eddie. If you're not going to be honest with Frank, at least be honest with me.
Who said I wasn't being honest with Frank?
You said you two weren't clicking.
Maybe I'm just not a therapy kind of guy.
Right. You prefer to work it out in the ring.
There was no ring, Buck. There was a fence.
Come on. You don't think while you were going through your phase, just maybe, you were throwing your punches at the wrong guy?
Seriously? You're gonna make it about you again?
Look, I'm just saying, you were pretty pissed. You know, I thought for sure that day in the grocery store you were gonna take a swing at me.
Not that you didn't deserve it. But I wouldn't do that. You're on blood thinners.
Well, I'd still take you.
You think so?
I know. You wanna go for the title?
Are you joking right now? That was flirting. That was blatant flirting at the end. No. Buck's bisexuality isn't explored until season 7. Oh my god. I feel like at this point I need to do like a monthly reminder that I'm short. Since I started this account in 2020 when I was 15, in the last 4 years since I was 15, the amount of people that have specifically thought that I'm 5'6" or 5'7"? No. Guys, first of all, I've been the same height since I was 12. And second of all, here's some pictures of me standing next to people so you can get a better idea, because apparently stuff like this isn't enough for you to figure out how small I am. Starting with me and my best friend, I am wearing boots that give me like 2 inches of height. I don't believe he's wearing any shoes. And they are 5'4" or 5'5". Moving on, there's this picture of my friends Via and Nico. Via's 5'7" and Nico is 5'8". Then we've got this picture of me and my best friend David. Yes, this is from our graduation. This is sometime this month. This picture will be 2 years old. We're on a hill that slants. I'm wearing Doc Martens that give me 1 inch of height. And David is 5'11". So I still appear taller than I actually am next to David. Actually, David and I hung out, and he hugged me, and physically, like, he leaned down, and he's like, no, I'm not doing this, and picked me up. He just stood up straight to hug me, and my feet were a good few, like, inches off the ground. Moving on to this picture of Jasper. I believe Jasper is 5'4". Kind of hard to tell, but you can definitely see, like, Jasper is slouched over, so there is a height difference there. And my personal favorite picture to bring up whenever I am talking about how short I am. This is me and my siblings, my brother who is 6'3", and my sister who is 5'9". I'm pretty sure she's wearing heels in this. And I'm legit wearing sneakers. So this is, yeah. My siblings and I have different dads. I got my height gene from my dad. They got theirs from their dad. Just Final reference, this is me and my 5'4" mother. I'm the same height as Chaperone, so I might have just dropped 2 bombs on you that me and Chaperone are 5 feet tall. And it's the funniest thing ever that you guys think that I'm taller. And it's also absolutely hilarious that more than one person, upon recognizing me in person, has said, I thought you would be taller. So this may just be the start of your monthly height check.
You ever replay a conversation in your head and where you sounded like an idiot?
Have you met me?
Aha! It is a real thing. Okay, so we have to move our hands this kind of motion and ring the bells 9 times.
9 in total or 9 for each of us?
It's unclear. I think maybe we should all do it just to make sure we lift the curse completely.
Well, is it actually a curse? I know we called it that, but technically I think it's a jinx.
What's the difference?
Well, I feel like a curse implies that a person put a hex on you, and a jinx is more like a general angering of the gods.
All right, I got it. Here we go. How to appease the gods.
Hey, wait. So is a hex and a curse the same thing?
By that you mean both are totally made up and not real? Yes.
What more proof do you need, Eddie? We are trapped in a death box. Thousands of volts of electricity coursing through every nook and cranny. Any one of us could literally get fried like that.
Or we just don't touch any doors or windows until help arrives and nobody gets fried, with or without a curse, or jinx, whatever.
All I can find is some kind of human or animal sacrifice. I'm not really down with that.
Do you guys not hear yourself right now?
Do you? It's like the universe is screaming at you and you refuse to listen.
The universe does not scream.
Oh, there are clearly forces at work here. Forces beyond my control and your control.
That's it. That's the difference between you and I. I don't worry about things that I can't control.
Sure, you can say you don't worry about things you can't control, but can you at least acknowledge that something is controlling the things that you can't control?
Like what? Gremlins? Boogeyman? Santa Muerte? Look, we've had a crappy day. It happens. But it didn't happen because of a curse or a hex or because someone said the word
Hey, don't!
Come on, puppy. You really can't believe in all this.
You know, Cap, you have been pretty silent today about all this jinx stuff.
Yeah, suspiciously silent.
Yeah, Kev, come on, where do you stand? Jinx or no jinx?
Aren't we all a little superstitious? People don't like to walk under ladders. Some buildings don't have a 13th floor. We bless people after they sneeze. Some of us even wear a good luck charm around our neck.
That's not the same thing.
To you. But wearing that medal reminds you of your son, helps you feel better about the day. So if Chimney wants to ring some bells so he can feel better, what's wrong with that?
You never actually answered the question, though, Cap.
Bill wasn't there for treatment. He was there because he knew something was up and he wanted to help the people that they were probably hurting. He died trying to save them. What the hell? I don't know if you guys can see this. This is a blue hair. Whose? It's green and blue? What the fuck? It's definitely not mine. I think it's my sister's? It looks a lot like my sister's hair. Because she has rainbow hair. This is the only person I could think of who would have this hair. Like, it genuinely does look a lot like hair that she's had at some point. What the hell? My sister hasn't been here since, like, December. I've washed these sheets, I've washed this hoodie, I've washed the blankets, everything. There is no reason I should be finding her hair. What the fuck? Granted, I mean, I guess I have found, when I was 15, I found purple hair after like a full year of not having purple hair, but still, what the hell? What is going on? What is happening? Jesus Christ, Eddie, just make out with him at this point. This is insane. What do I do?
How do you want your wings?
Kiss. Are you kidding?
To Nash, my regards, along with your winnings.
Oh, I guess you were right, Eddie. Low stakes. His humor wasn't affected by the lightning.
I need buddy fanfics about that scene specifically. I don't know what. Jesus Christ. I don't know what that was, I don't, but the tension between them from when they walked in, and he was like, complaining about dressing up, and Eddie was like, it's a nice place, to that moment, they're, oh my god. I don't know what I just watched, but it was so gay, and I don't understand it. I don't even know how, but everything about that scene was gay. 2010.
Alright. You've got 20 minutes to convince me this was a good idea. Excuse me? Negroni, thank you. I don't usually have time for blind dates, but they kicked me out of the lab for some kind of facilities improvement. It's very inconvenient. We're trying to push the boundaries of human knowledge, and we gotta stop for what? Maintenance? It's ridiculous. Thank you. Now, tell me about you. What do you do? What makes you love it?
Me? This is my turn?
That's why we're here, isn't it?
Well, I thought she was just gonna be monologuing on like the way you came in like that.
Excuse me? Like what?
Like someone who doesn't have time for anybody.
I don't sound like that.
You got 20 minutes to convince me this is a good idea.
I sound like that.
You sound like you about to snap somebody in half with that tongue of yours.
Yeah, that's me too. Me too. Oh my god.
So you're trying to become an astronaut?
Well, they don't let people like us go to space. But it's fine. I like the lab.
I'm really glad my friend was a no-show tonight.
Your friend?
Yeah, I was supposed to meet my friend here for a drink, but he didn't show up.
You're not my blind date? And you didn't think to mention that earlier?
I was having too much fun.
Me too. Oh my god. I can't believe I got stood up. I'm gonna kill Howie.
Wait. Did you say Howie?
Yeah. My neighbor, Howie Hahn.
I'm fine. Oh my god. I love lesbians. The way that, like, Hen just looked at her like... and she's like, you have 20 minutes to convince me this is a good idea. Oh my god. I'm just saying, if it was me, I would have folded for Hen so quickly. Like... oh my god. The way she was looking at Karen... I don't know how Karen was coherent at all after that, after just her going, oh, is it my turn now? That would have been it. I'm really surprised about that one. Like, I've loved Hen the entire time. The only time my brain was ever like, oh my god, I love it when women with Hen, though, was when she broke down the door in, like, season 2. I love lesbians. Okay, this isn't just orange juice. It's 12:30. I'm just gonna remind everyone that the drinking age in Alberta is 18 and the rest of Canada is 19. But I said I would do this a few days ago. Here are some of the thoughts I've had on the fics I've read this year with little to no context for what the actual fic is. Starting off, when I started this Google Doc, I would put what time I finished the fics at. So on January 1st, the first fic I finished at 3 a.m. and I said do not wish to reread, gave kudos and wrecked it. But they broke up for 8 months and it hurt me so bad. The next fic I read, I finished at 5 a.m. I said do not want to reread, mostly just centered around the M-Preg. Gave kudos because it was well written. The next fic I finished at 5:13 specifically. And then after that, I finished one at 5:24. I want it to be known, on January 1st, I was recovering from having COVID. I don't know what the fuck I was doing, being awake at 5 a.m., but here we are. And then on January 2nd, well again, I was recovering from fucking COVID. First fic I finished was at 4:50. The only fic I finished. I didn't finish any other fics that day. 4:50 in the morning. Girl, you were sick. Go to fucking bed. Oh my god. Being dyslexic and drunk is... Dear God, why did I read so many fan fictions on January 6th? Hang on. 12. I started at least 12 on January 6th. Did we have nothing better to do? Probably not. January 6th, the first fic I started, I DNF'd at 2:10 in the morning, and I just said the pacing was shit. The next fic, I finished at 2:30, and I said, thought it was PWP. It wasn't. It crammed in so much plot and was executed like a bullet fic, which is fine, but really not my vibe. What I find funny about this comment specifically is the fact that this is a private doc that I have not shared with anyone, but I'm so hesitant to be mean to fanfic writers that even in my own personal doc, I was not planning on showing to anyone, and now that I am sharing my thoughts on the fic, I'm not even sharing what the fic was. I'm hesitant to be mean. Girl. The next fic, I finished at 2:40, and I said, very sweet. Sapphic Stucky, my love. Next fic, I finished at 3:04 a.m. It's silly, mostly crack, was all I had to say. Again, am I surprised that this was what my sleep schedule was like in January? No, but it's still concerning to see it documented somewhere. The next fic I finished at 3:24, and it was PWP. We'll read again. Again, not surprised at my general sleep schedule, not surprised at the amount of PWP I read. Anyway, next fic, it was a PWP. I finished at 3:55 a.m. Why the fuck was I awake until almost 4? Probably past 4. What the hell was I doing on January 6th? On January 9th, I stayed up until 5 a.m. reading a stripper Bucky AU, apparently. Okay. Why the fuck was I up till 5 a.m. on January 9th? I'm not gonna share this one, but I think it's good silly. On January 23rd, I read 8 fics. The highlights of my thoughts on these fics include literally just a smiley face. Okay, wait. It's don't make a first fic. And I just wrote a smiley face next to it. The next one is just, ellipses. The fic after that just said, okay, ellipses. The next fic, I just said, And then, a coherent thought about a fic I read on January 23rd. I said, God, the emotional damage, in all caps. I do wish, and I can't believe I'm saying this, ellipses, that there was more pregnant Bucky, ellipses. But you know, it's okay. Again, I find it very amusing that, again, I was hesitant to say this. I'm like, girl, private Google Doc. What is someone gonna hack into your Google Doc and see you saying, I kinda wish there was more pregnant Bucky. He's judging me. Fair. Same. The two Deadpool. Oh yeah, no, the Deadpool print I have is literally staring directly at me. I don't think you have a leg to stand on. I'm talking to a poster. Anyway, I gotta move on from that. And then, another fic I started reading, the last fic I started reading on January 23rd, I said, currently rereading, and am absolutely devastated to find that the author, in all caps, deleted this work from AO3. I'm still sad that the author deleted this fic from AO3, because I really, really hoped it had an open ending, and I was really hoping that the author would eventually make more in the universe, and instead they deleted their entire AO3 account. On January 24th, the fourth fic I read, I said, ellipses. I had to DNF, ellipses, for now, ellipses. It was too goddamn depressing. Real. Next one, I DNF'd, and I said just ellipses. Ugh. They're just so OOC, it hurts. I don't know what it is with me and ellipses. I feel there is, in fact, an ellipses between, like, half of my complete sentences. I don't know. I don't even remember what this fic is. Maybe I'll check later. Damn. The next fic, I said, it's ABO and rated teen, which I think is a tragedy. But it was very sweet. Okay, girl. I have to work tomorrow, by the way. I'm doing great. I make great decisions. The next fic I read, I just said the pacing was non-existent. After that, I said I kind of wish it was longer. But looks like, out of the 9 fics I started on January 24th, I DNF'd 2. One of them I was sad because it was ABO and rated teen. One of them, the pacing was non-existent, and another one of them I wish was longer. So I was unsatisfied with 5 out of 4 of them. January 24th was a rough day for fics for me, apparently. On January 30th, the first fic I read, I just said, "Oh my," in all caps, God! The next fic I read, I just said, ellipses. Well, ellipses. That leads me to believe it was a questionably smutty fic. I feel as though that is just the nature of my thoughts when I read some questionable smut. Questionable as in, if I were to explain this to a good chunk of people, they would be like, girl, get therapy. And then on January 31st, the first fic I read, I said, asterisk, sigh, asterisk. This is, in all caps, not what I was looking for when I looked for Empreg fics. I don't know why me on January 31st was looking for Empreg fics. It's one of those things where I'm like, I'm not necessarily surprised, but I'm not totally sure how I got there. I'd like to have a conversation with Comet from January 31st. Be like, so wait, what was happening? Oh my god. If that marks the end of January for you. I'm so tired. That's it.
What? Fuck. Maddie? How long have you known that you like guys? That's what you're freaking out about? Okay, answer the question. Okay, figured it out when Tommy kissed me the first time. And that was a few days before our first date that Eddie saw you at? Yes. So you literally found out this year? Yeah. Why? Okay, wait, so you really didn't know before? Well, okay, so looking back, there's definitely a lot of things that are making a lot more sense. But no, kissing a guy was kind of the final piece of the puzzle that I was missing. Okay. Okay, so what prompted this? Okay. Sorry, I was just thinking about something I said a couple years ago, and I just wanted to make sure that I didn't ignore these subtle hints you were dropping at me about your sexuality this whole time. No. No, I did not know. There have been no hints. Okay. Wait, what hints did you think that you were ignoring? Well, it's probably nothing. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, Maddie, if it's probably nothing, then what did you think it was? Well, the main one I was thinking about was, you know when I first moved to LA? Yes? Okay, I don't know if you remember this, but one day you were talking about Eddie and Christopher, and I made a joke about how, oh, is this boy crush you have on Eddie mean that you're ready to move on from Abby? Okay, I think I do remember that vaguely. Yeah, so, just the way that you responded, I thought maybe that was you subtly trying to communicate that you did have a crush on Eddie, and I just didn't pick up on it, but I guess I was wrong. Wait, you think I had a crush on Eddie? No, I thought you were trying to tell me that you had a crush on Eddie, like, 6 years ago, but I guess I was wrong. Wait, did I have a crush on Eddie? I don't know, Buck. Oh my god. What? Maddie, I think I had a crush on Eddie when I first met him. Honestly, that would make a lot of sense. But don't say that! You said it first! Yes, but you know me better than anyone, so if you think I'm right, then I probably am. Okay, what did you want me to say? That you're wrong? I don't think that's what you're supposed to do. I don't think when you're having a sexuality crisis, you're supposed to tell someone that they don't feel what they think they're feeling. I think that's like the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do. No, but I've already come out to you, so you don't... It doesn't matter. But I never said that you had a crush on Eddie. I just was agreeing with you. Why would you do that?
I didn't post a video that has my boyfriend in it during Pride Month just for everybody to comment, "Oh my god, I can't believe you're straight. I thought you were a lesbian." There's a B in there. 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 I am the B in there. Buzz, buzz, motherfucker.
Hey, Evan. Hi. What did you just call me? Buck. Definitely Buck. Jimmy, are you okay? Oh yeah, I am great. I am great. Little bro. Okay. Okay, what was that? Well, so there's something Buck isn't telling me. I think there's something Buck isn't telling all of us. No, but there's something Buck specifically doesn't want me to know. I don't... Again, he's keeping it from all of us. No, like, Maddie knows. And he specifically asked Maddie not to tell me. Well, Jim, do you remember what happened when Maddie told you about Daniel? Well, see, but it's not the same caliber of secret. And how do you know that? Because Maddie told me. Okay, well, he hasn't told me. As far as I know, he hasn't told Bobby. I think he just doesn't want anyone to know. Then why does Maddie know? Because she's his sister? I'm his brother. By marriage. Father of his niece. You didn't raise him. Okay, Jim, your feelings might be hurt, but you need to pull it together because we already have Buck acting weird and it's getting to be a problem. We can't lose you too. Fine. So, like, is there anything you wanna share with the class? Is there a class visiting us today? No, I mean... Oh my god, did Maddie tell you? What? Oh my, I literally specifically asked her not to tell you. Whoa, Buck, Maddie did not tell me anything. Right, and that's why you're acting as weird as you did when you found out about Daniel. Why does everyone keep bringing that up? Jim, you were tormented by that secret. Well, yeah, I was. Oh my god, I can't believe her. No, Buck, I swear she didn't tell me. Jim, you're a terrible liar. I'm not lying. She didn't tell me. Why did you call me Evan this morning? Just please don't tell Eddie, okay? Tell Eddie? This is exactly what I was afraid of. Wait, you don't want Eddie to know? About my crush on him? No. You have a crush on Eddie? Had? Wait, Maddie really didn't tell you? Oh my god, that's where you're acting so weird around him? No, it was in the past when he first came here. Oh my god, you have a crush on Eddie. I gotta tell, I don't, you can't tell anyone, Chimney. How am I supposed to not tell anyone? This is why I didn't want you to know. You can't tell anyone, Chimney. How am I supposed to not tell anyone? This is why I didn't want you to know. Okay, you know what? In hindsight, this makes a lot of sense. My feelings are a little less hurt. I hurt your feelings because I didn't want you to know? Yeah, that's what Maddie told me. She said that you specifically told her not to tell me what was going on with you. Oh my god, Maddie didn't betray my trust. No, she didn't. Next time I'm gonna have to be more specific about what not to tell you. I can't believe... Actually, you know what? No, I absolutely can believe that you like Eddie. Oh my god, what are we in high school? Also, liked, past tense, I swear. Are you sure about that? What do you mean I'm sure about that? What? Okay, I'm gonna unpack whatever that was in therapy later, but please, Chimney, I can't, Eddie cannot know. Why not? What do you mean, why not? I mean, you're practically dating already. You literally are raising a kid together. I don't raise Christopher. Yeah, right, okay, and so who's gonna take care of Christopher if Eddie dies? Me? Right, and, who told Christopher that Eddie got shot? Me. And who took care of him when Eddie couldn't? Well, me. But the rest of Eddie's family and Carla helped. Yes, Eddie's family. the person he hired to take care of him, and you. Point is, I can't keep it a secret from Eddie. Chimney! I don't mean like I don't want to respect your wishes. I physically can't. You know this. Shit, I know. I'll try, but Eddie's gonna know something's up. Can you please just wait till I go to my therapy appointment so I can tell him myself? What does therapy have to do with anything? I just need to unpack some things before I do. When is your therapy appointment? After this shift. After. Fuck, this is a 48-hour shift. I know, okay? Evan! Chimney, please! Okay, what is all this yelling about? Ah, Bobby! Buck has a crush. Chimney! You're yelling about a crush? It's a long story. Okay, you're not in high school. Figure it out. I'll be in my office if you need to talk to me. Thanks, Cap. What the fuck? It was gonna come out somehow. Just avoid Eddie. I will duct tape your mouth shut if I have to. Oh no, copy that. I'll have a hand on standby with the duct tape. I'm not gonna get to have my therapy appointment before I tell him.
Hey, Hen. Yeah, what's up, Buck? I need some advice. Are you gonna tell me what's been going on with you? Because I think Chimney's gonna be a little offended about that. What? Chimney knows, so it's only a matter of time before you do too. Is this not the thing you specifically didn't want Chimney to know about? How do you know that? It's Chimney. Of course you know that. Exactly, so what's going on? Did you ever have a crush on your straight best friend? Is that even a question? Buck, that's like a queer rite of passage. Really? Yeah. So, how do you tell them? You have a crush on Eddie? You know, I thought Athena was the only cop we worked with. You and Maddie? Buck, it's not that hard to put together when you consider everything. You know, Chimney wasn't surprised either. Do you think Eddie just knows? Hard to say. It's probably still a good idea for you to tell him either way. Yeah, well, if I don't tell him, he's gonna find out from you, Chimney, or Maddie somehow, so. And you are asking me how you should tell him. You seem like the best person to go to about it. Not Bobby? Oh god, no. Okay, this seems contradictory, but the best way is just to be straightforward. Is that a pun? Chimney is my best friend. Are you surprised? But it's, either way, without the pun, it's still true. What does that even mean? You go up to him, you ask if you can have a conversation with him, a private conversation, and just tell him what you're feeling. Yes, but how do you just tell your best friend that you've had feelings for him for 6 years and didn't realize it? You've had a crush on him this entire time? Are you really that surprised? No, exactly. I mean, he's your best friend. I think he knows historically you've not been great at feelings. Thanks. Unless you want me to write you, like, notes or, like, a script on how exactly to tell him, that's really the best I've got for you. Oh my god, a script could work. That was a joke. No, but, I mean, no, don't Shakespeare monologue at him. What? Actually, no, don't pull out the clipboard. What is it with you and clipboards? Not clipboards in general, you and clipboards. You know what? The clipboard is a great idea. Thank you, Hen. No, 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 no. Buck! Thanks, Hen! He's gonna go fire Marshal Buck over a crush. Why is Buck getting a clipboard? What? Where did you come from? I came up here to get coffee, and all I hear is you yelling at Buck about clipboards. Is that all you heard? Yeah, why? No reason. The rest of the team is keeping something from us. Yeah? This is not a new position for me. Really? Yeah, being the captain, there is a lot of things that I do know about. There's a lot of things that I know about that you guys think I don't know about. But there's also a lot of things that you guys keep from me. What? I'm just surprised you're not in on it, especially considering what it seems to be about. What? Apparently Buck has a crush? What? I don't know, I checked in on Buck and Chimney because they were yelling. Oh yeah, I heard that. What was that about? Well, Chimney got halfway through saying Buck has a crush on, and then Buck physically covered Chimney's mouth. So. I will say when I became a fire captain, I never expected it would be like being the father to teenagers, but you can't say we don't keep you on your toes. Yeah, considering it has to do with Buck and his relationship, I assumed you would already know. Do you think that's why he's been acting so weird? Probably. Why do you think he doesn't want me to know? I don't know. Has he ever kept something like this from you before? Once. And? When he liked Tommy. Oh. What? So he's worried about what you're gonna think about it. How did you get that? Well, when it was Tommy, Buck didn't realize that he was into men before Tommy. And so telling you meant he also had to tell you that he was into guys, which he hadn't done yet. So he didn't tell you because he was worried about what you would think about him being attracted to guys. But what would he be worried about now? Like, I know he's into men. What else could it be? Eddie, it's Buck. Yeah. I just can't think of anything. Maybe try talking to him about it? Yeah, because that'll go over well right now. Every time I have talked to him, he has nearly injured himself, or actually injured himself. When did he actually hurt himself? The fire engine. That's how he hit his head on the doorway? Yeah, I told him to grab the fire hose, and then suddenly he was on the ground. With a bleeding forehead. Exactly, so I think going up to him at this point is a hazard to him and others. Oh, Buck. He had terrible timing with that, too. Wait. How's that?
Did you get past security? His fortress is impenetrable.
Door was unlocked.
Son of a bitch!
What's with the quotation marks? I'm very confused. They are a person. They are a human person. What? Like, what? No, I'm actually... No. Yeah, because they're actually just a... Yeah. Mythological being. What? What is happening? I mean, if you want me to shut up, you could get over here and give me a kiss. Okay, listen. I work tomorrow, so I cannot drive 7 hours to give you a kiss, or else I would definitely heavily consider it. But also, I still have a throat infection, so that's probably not a good idea. Okay, aside from the throat infection, why do you like me? Bobby? Are Chimney and Evan okay? Oh, yes, 100%. They are fine. That is not why I'm calling. Oh? Okay. Everyone's okay though, right? Yes, yeah, everyone is totally fine. Okay. So now that it's not great to hear from you and all, but, you don't really call me. Yeah, okay, so, Maddie, you're on speaker and Eddie is also here. What? Hey, Maddie. Hi, Eddie. What's going on? Yeah, so Maddie, we were wondering if you knew what was going on with Buck. I should have seen this coming. Yes, I do. Why? Okay, so Chimney and Hen and Buck are all conspiring over something. And apparently Buck has also gotten out
his clipboard for this. Wait, Buck got a clipboard for this? Yeah, did I not mention that? No. Oh my god. That is not gonna go well. Wait, Buck is getting a clipboard for this? Why? I don't know. I heard the tail end of his conversation with Hen, and she was yelling at him to not get a clipboard. Okay, I think I've lost the plot on what's happening now, at this point. Wait, what? So I'm pretty sure whatever's happening with Hen, Chimney, and Buck is the same thing that I'm aware of. But I think whatever happened with Chimney and Hen has changed the situation drastically from what I understand of what is going on. So, like, what should we do? I have an idea, but I think it might be a little insane. Well, Maddie, I think you know by now that doing insane stuff to help people is, like, our thing. Not insane like you turning into Spider-Man to save a kid. Insane in, like, this is something straight out of a rom-com. Wait, what? Why a rom-com? Because I think the only way this is going to be resolved is if Buck talks to you. And I think at this point, the only way to do that is to lock you two in a room together. Wait, I don't have a problem having a conversation with Buck. It is not about you. It is Buck making this situation way more complicated than it needs to be. Well, the first day you guys met, you were in an ambulance with a bomb. Locking you two in a room together was not the weirdest thing that could possibly have happened to you two. Yeah, I guess so. Only problem is, I don't think that just me and Eddie can manage that on our own. Oh, trust me, I don't think you're gonna have much difficulty getting help from Hen and Chimney on this one. I mean, you two know him the best. If you think this is what's gonna work, let's do it. I think you're right, Maddie. Alright, so first thing you're gonna want to do is get Hen and Chimney to help you. Well, this did not go according to plan. You planned this? Well, not getting a call right when we got locked in here. But you planned getting locked in here with me? Well, that wasn't just me. What? How does that make that better? Why did you want to be locked in the storage closet with me? Oh god, the irony to the fact that we're in a closet. What? Buck, you've been acting weird all week. And you refuse to talk to me. And it's been causing trouble on our jobs. I had a therapy appointment after the shift to discuss it, to figure that out. Yeah, well, you should have gone to that therapy appointment before telling Chimney and Hen what's going on. Chimney figured it out. And Hen? I thought Hen would help. Well, she tried. Yeah, and I'm realizing this was a big mistake. Buck, this was literally Maddie's idea. What? Yeah. She thought that would be best for you, and that's why Bobby, Hen, Chimney, and I are in on it. I told Maddie not to tell anyone, especially Chimney, and she tells everyone. Great. Wait, tell us what? You mean she didn't tell you why I've been acting weird? No! Okay, so why are we locked in a closet then? She thought that we needed to talk, and that the best way to get us to talk was to lock us in a closet. I cannot tell if this was her genuine idea to help me or if this is a prank. Oh my god. At this point, I think I would have rather her told you. Well, Buck, we have no idea when they're gonna get back, so we're stuck in here for a while, so you might as well get talking. I don't even know how to talk about it, Eddie! You're talking right now. use those same skills to tell me what you need to tell me. God, I wish I had my phone. Why? I don't know. I'm sure Google could help. With what? Words! You're using words right now. I don't know what the right words are. The right words? When do you care about the right words with me? Since apparently I was an asshole to you when we met because I thought you were hot? Wait, what? Do you see why? I'm having trouble with words. Wait. 6 years ago, you were an asshole to me because you thought I was hot, and that's what this has been about? No! Then what? Well, you're still hot. Thank you? Oh my god. I mean, it's not like you're not. What? You think I'm hot? Look, I think anyone at least vaguely attracted to men thinks you're hot. Are you saying you're vaguely attracted to men? Yeah, I've been trying to tell you that all week, but what? Do we both need Google? I think so. I think you're speaking in Spanish. Really? No. I just don't understand. Oh my god, I fully thought I accidentally slipped into Spanish. Do you do that? Has that really never happened around you? Maybe when you're tired. Exactly. Okay, can we go back to the fact that you're vaguely attracted to men? What does that even mean? That's a whole thing that I wanted to talk to you about all week. Because I talked to my therapist about it. Wait, actually? Yes! Oh. I mean, welcome to the club? Yeah, but can you explain what you finding me hot has to do with you acting like a total idiot this last week? I always act like an idiot. Evan? Okay.
Have serious predators. LA Zoo, a snow leopard, a Sumatran tiger.
Takes Christopher there all the time. Got the place memorized.
A chimpanzee. A chimp will literally rip your face off without even thinking twice about it.
Did it hurt when you fell? From what? Heaven or in love? Dear, as much as I would love to save your ego, you just face-planted down a flight.
That was a mixed metaphor. I'm sorry. I'm not thinking straight. Ever. I'm not straight.
Right, do you think they had enough time to talk? Regardless if they didn't, we should probably still let them out of the... Hey guys! We locked the door, right? Yeah, we did. We're firefighters. Yeah, you guys really didn't think that one through. You were in on it! What? What are you talking about? No, seriously, guys, that's not cool. What the heck? Okay, he is lying. He was 100% in on Jim. But no, we're not gonna let him throw us under the bus like this. Chimney. And you know what? It was Maddie's idea for us to do this, because you have been just a disaster. Chimney. What? I don't know what you guys were going for, but if you wanted us to believe you, you really should have double-checked to make sure that your shirts were buttoned right. Wait. Oh my god. Damn it. Wait, what do you mean you saw this coming? Listen, I don't necessarily believe in gaydar, but I'm usually not wrong about this stuff. But he literally would steal the fire truck to go hook up with girls. Jim, bisexual people exist. Well, yeah, but... how? Yeah, no, seriously, how did you know that I like guys? I didn't even know that I liked guys. Well, a few things. One main thing. What main thing? Listen, I don't know that it's necessarily my place to tell you. Spit it out, Henrietta. Please? Okay, Howard. I'm sorry. Eddie. What? What? I'll let you sit with that one for a bit. No, you can't just say that and go. Hen! Chris, when did you get here? I just walked in. Oh, okay. And you guys do act like a couple. So what's for dinner? I'm hungry. Oh my god, right, lasagna. I'm making it. Hey Chris, what was that earlier about me and Buck? What about you guys acting like a couple? Yeah. Well, 'cause you do act like a couple. What do you mean? Dad, I thought you were together when I was a kid. What? Yeah, that was part of the reason why I was so upset when you started dating Anna. I thought you broke up with Buck and didn't tell me and then started dating someone else. You're kidding. No. He was around all the time. He knew our house like it was his own. He helped take care of me. He was with you when you took me to see Santa. Even the elf thought that you were together. Wait, you knew about that? Yeah, you didn't? No, did Buck tell you? No, she just called you guys my dads and I just didn't correct her. 'Cause, I mean, it was basically true. Fucked you in the bathroom when we went to dinner. Your parents at the table, you wonder why I'm bitter. Bragging to your friends, I get off when you hit it. Hate to tell the truth, but I'm sorry, dude, you did it. Hate that I let this drag on so long. I hate myself. Hate that I let this drag on so long. You can go to hell. Ooh. Yeah, and honestly, that's part of the reason why I wasn't super surprised about Buck and Tommy either. I did eventually figure out that you and Buck weren't ever together. Honestly, I still don't really get why you aren't together, but wait, what? You want me and Buck to date? No, I think you already are dating, and you two are just the last to know about it. What? My friends and my friends' parents call you guys my dads? Yeah, but that's like... I'm also pretty sure everyone at my school, including the faculty, thinks you're married. Why would they think that? Dad, why wouldn't they? Why do you think the PTA moms leave you alone? What? Dad, you had me when you were 19. You're an ex-combat medic with a silver star and a firefighter. Do you think you're not appealing to people? Who are you and what have you done with my son? Texas was weird. Yeah, no kidding. I think I'm gonna have to go call your grandparents. Yeah, is that how you're gonna avoid dealing with your feelings this time? Okay. Who taught you to be this sassy? Don't answer that. Damn, I wish I could pull that off. Go ahead. What? What?
Hey, it's me.
Prove it.
You're a dick.
Okay.
Hey guys, I got to be, like, gay 2 weeks ago. And here's the thing. When you're being gay, you don't stop being mentally ill. If you follow me on Twitter, you know this story, but... So here's the thing. Me and the person I'm seeing are both simultaneously very affectionate people, but very terrible at accepting affection. So, me especially, if I get any kind of, affection or compliments, I have resorted to calling them gay. And it's so much so that I have a tally on my phone for it. We counted it, a week ago, and it was at 97 or something. I don't want to check, but since I last counted it last week, it was 97 times. Mind you, that's in a month and a half. But anyway, so he does it too sometimes, though. Which, cool, at least we're matching each other's energy. Now, here's the thing. I don't remember what the discussion was exactly, but
I was being affectionate and they called me gay. Now, how we respond varies just depending on the day, time, hour, mood, whatever. So in this case, it was a vehement denial of being gay. Now, because again, we're silly, eventually we're kissing. And at some point, while they're kissing me, they say, "Is this gay enough for you?" Here's the thing, I didn't say this immediately, but my brain immediately went there. I've been a Thomas Sanders fan for like 4 years now. So obviously, when they said, "Is this gay enough for you?" the first place my brain went was Thomas Sanders' could be gayer thing. The beautiful, absolutely lovely genderqueer person I'm seeing was kissing me, and I brought up Thomas Sanders. Thankfully, he thought it was funny. But what the fuck? Hey, guys, Bucky and I have something we want to tell you. Oh yeah? Floor is yours, Cap. We're together. Oh? Like, romantically? Yeah. You guys aren't surprised? Well, yeah, you've been together the whole time, right? What? No. Really? Yes! Are you sure about that? What do you mean? Yes, I'm sure. Bucky? Why are you asking Bucky? Jury's out for me, honestly. What? Because of the brainwashing? That, and there was definitely a lot of blurred lines, even before the ice. What are you talking about? Do you want a list? All of you owe me $20. Damn it, I forgot about that. You bet on this? Another one of those, I was going through my private videos and I found a comment I meant to respond to that I never did. Do you know anything about Destiel? Because no, they didn't kill Cass 2 episodes after they made him explicitly queer. They had him confess his gay love to Dean and then die immediately. They also literally spent, like, 12 years writing this relationship between, like, Cass and Dean. I watched a 52-minute long video essay on the history of Destiel the other day, and man, it was something. I've watched the show a few times, so, like, I also have, you know, things I remember, but this was definitely a good breakdown of it. But basically, the first 2 seasons were kind of like, haha, jokey, even, like, you know, fan service type thing, especially because season 4 and 5, when Cass was first introduced, came out in 2008 and 2009. So at the time, explicit queer rep was, like, not, like, a thing that anyone thought was gonna happen. And then you have season 6, where they basically just wrote Cass having an affair, but, like, not. Like, it's the same elements involved, but, you know, that wasn't explicitly what was happening. And then in season 7, they tried to kill off Cass, which, you know, there's this whole thing about, apparently the showrunner hated Cass and tried to get everyone to hate him and kill him off, which I don't know how much truth that holds, but that's what I've heard. They had to bring him back, though, because they lost their viewership by, like, 30%. When they did, we found out that Dean, while having to consistently switch cars so that he couldn't easily be tracked, because he was being framed for, like, many crimes. And there were monsters who were disguising themselves as people with enormous amounts of political power after them. So yeah, they had to, like, keep going through a bunch of, like, junk cars and rental cars. All throughout that time, he kept Castiel's trench coat just in the trunk. He kept taking it out and transferring it, and he remembered every single time. So when he found Cass, he gave him the trench coat. All of this totally platonically, of course. And then you get season 8, which is, like, wildly accepted as the gayest season. Because the first 3 seasons that we see with Cass, it's very much, you can see this from the lens of, likely unrequited love. But then season 8, it is very much requited from both sides. They love each other so dearly. They literally go through hell together. And this is where you notice a pattern in the ships that I like. Because Cass was brainwashed by Heaven so that he
would kill Dean. And in order to do that, they forced him to kill hundreds, like, practice killing Dean, like, in a simulation, hundreds of times until he got it right. But then when it came down to when he actually was supposed to do it, Dean kneeled there and begged him not to do this because they needed him, because he needed Cass. And then Cass broke through the brainwashing when we saw the whole time. This was not a thing that he had been capable of up until this point. He broke through brainwashing from a few words from Dean. I need you. I'm with you till the end of the line. I'm fine. And then season 9, they intentionally kept them apart, which is like a whole thing where it's like, well, where else were they going to go up until that point? Season 10 to 12 was insane. Again, they were intentionally keeping them apart after how gay season 8 was. They had to, like, back off. But then, so Cass dies again. These characters die a lot and then come back. And, like, so does Dean's mom, mind you, because she came back from the dead and then she died again, I guess. But Dean is more actively, like, grieving Cass, despite the fact that he also lost his mom at the beginning of season 13. And then there's, like, a noticeable, like, demeanor shift, and it's just, like, yeah, Cass coming back from the dead in season 13 was a whole, like, thing where it's like, this is not a heterosexual reaction. Why is he playing dress up? Like, immediately after Cass comes back, he's playing dress up as a cowboy with Castiel. Like, this is not, there's no heterosexual explanation for this. I'm sorry. And then, so, now they have a son. They literally raise a child together. Again, totally platonically. They just have been raised a child together for the last 3 seasons of Supernatural. Now, season 14 is a shit show, but the end of season 14 and the beginning of season 15, we have this, like, major breakup storyline that we go through with Cass and Dean. When, again, they weren't ever together romantically, but it's, like, very much, this feels like a breakup, and it hurts. It has all the elements of a breakup, but just, like, minus the fact that they were never explicitly in a romantic relationship. Also, I would like to add in the fact that, Dean, originally, when he's introduced as this, womanizer, ladies' man type guy who's constantly having these hookups. He doesn't have any hookups at this point. Like, at this point in the series, the last time he's, like, canonically on screen had a hookup was, like, I think it was, they said season 8? And the last time he had any relationship with a woman was season 6. On the other hand, they were able to introduce a canon love interest for Sam that everyone was down for and loved. But they just couldn't do that with Dean because it was like, this position is already filled by Castiel. And then 2 episodes before the series finale, because season 15 was the planned last season of Supernatural, we have an entire, like, 2-minute long love confession from Castiel. Now, it's important to note that Castiel made a deal with this entity called the Empty, wherein basically he traded his life for his son's life, you know, the son that he and Dean were very platonically raising. Long story, like I said, these characters die a lot. But she was kind of pissed at Cass. Again, another long story, this show's a shit show. So she said, fine, but I'm not gonna come until you experience a moment of true happiness. Do you want to know what his moment of true happiness was? Having this 2-minute long monologue where he tells Dean that he is the most kind, loving human being he's ever known, and that because of him, he cared about the whole world because of Dean. And that Dean changed him. That ever since they met, ever since he pulled him out of hell, knowing him has changed him. And then he says, I love you. Goodbye, Dean. And then the Empty is summoned and takes him forever. That was his moment of true happiness. We got an I love you, which to this day people deny was romantic, despite the actor coming out to say, hey guys, that was very much intended and played to be a romantic love confession. But after he confessed his gay love to Dean, he immediately went to super hell. Not just hell, because they've already been there multiple times, but super hell. And that was the last time Cass ever appeared on the show. And they never addressed it in the last 2 episodes. They mentioned Cass once in the series finale, even though Cass had been on the show for 12 years. So, don't at least they didn't. They did everything. And they did it worse, actually. Destiel is the poster child for queer baiting, and it's for a reason. Because Destiel fans are all in super hell with our ship. Taylor? Buck? Hey! How are you? I'm good. How are you? Great, actually. What's new? Not much. What about you? Yeah, mostly the same. Except I figured out I was bisexual and I have a boyfriend now, so... Oh, no way! You and Eddie finally figured things out? What? That's who you're dating, right? What? No, I'm dating this... His name's Tommy, you never met him. Why would you think I was dating Eddie? Oh. Wait. Oh, jeez, is that the time? I gotta go. Nice seeing you. Wait, Taylor! I'm deeply afraid. Burke just got called out by this. Laughing at... okay. Okay. What are you gonna... Rehearsing I hate it here. I work in retail! What do you want from me? Hey. Hi. What did you do? What? Okay, what did you do? Nobody died. What kind of